Bridge ever constructed, Joe Rogan, the more you know.
Now I know.
All right, now live from Madison Square Garden in New York City, it is time for the main event brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. So a legend returns and another legend charged with welcoming him back. George St-Pierre making his first start since 2013. And for middleweight champion Michael Bisping, a chance to cement himself as one of the best to ever do it.
There's champions, and there's the elite champion.
GSP, the greatest of all time at 170 pounds.
Can win the title one time, you know, but to keep it, it's very hard.
George Rush St-Pierre, defending the title for the 9th time.
I have a bunch of stuff in my life happening. I need to hang up my glove for a little bit.
After a long period of time, the pressure of being on top, it become very hard. That's why I need to step out to rejuvenate myself. I would not have been back for something small. I wanted to be back for the biggest thing possible. I'm fighting Bisping because I wanted to win multiple titles. I wanted to be one of the few guys that have done it in the sport. That would help solidify me as one of the greatest of all time.
This whole storyline and of him being amazing, stepping up a weight class after 4 years out of retirement. Wow, what a legend. So bull. George retired when he did because Johnny Hendricks beat the out of him.
He thinks I'm an easy matchup for him.
That's the reality of the situation.
George does not want to get hit in the head anymore. And the worst possible matchup for him is me.
I hold the record for the most significant strikes landed in history.
Michael's pouring the pressure. I've had more wins than anybody in the history of the organization.
Michael Bisping!
And 3 years he's been away, I've been fighting the best guys in the world.
Anderson goes down!
I defeated Anderson Silva.
Oh, he's rocked!
I defeated Dan Henderson.
Oh, he got rocked!
Of course, I knocked out Louis Rockhold on 2 weeks' notice.
That's it! Michael Bisping is the new UFC middleweight champion of the world!
If George thinks he's going to come out of retirement and take my belt away from me, a guy coming from another weight class, you're out of your goddamn mind.
He's a much bigger guy than I am, but I believe I got better skills, better technique, better athleticism, and I believe I am a much better version than I was before.
This is the new George St-Pierre, everybody. He's coming back a better version.
What the do you think this is? We've all evolved. We've all got better. That's the name of the game, George.
Hey, George, where's your belt? Where's your belt? You don't have one. The sport moved on, buddy.
If you want to be the best at something in the world, you can't be normal. You need to be obsessed. I'm still obsessed. I have one goal. The best out of me has not been shown yet.
George, we can all dream, but dreams don't always come true, George. He's gonna lose, and he's gonna lose viciously.
What a moment as George St-Pierre makes his return tonight. Back in November of 2013, after a 9th straight successful title defense, he stepped away, never felt like he was stepping away for good, and now jonesing for more mixed martial arts success and glory. St-Pierre returns, a man on a mission tonight.
I have so many questions, and this is the fight, out of all the fights on the card, that I was the most perplexed about, because I really don't know what to think. I don't know what my opinion is.
The Prep Point is brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you.
I know what a phenomenal fighter George was when he was competing actively just 2 years ago. But he's moving up a weight class. He's been out for so long. And why is he returning? I mean, is he returning because he didn't have anything else to do? Is he returning because the hunger is back? Is he returning because he realizes there's not much time left on his biological clock, and if he wants to compete, he's got to do it now? There's so many questions to be answered. And can he compete at middleweight against a guy who started his career as a light heavyweight?
Right.
You know, when I talked to George St-Pierre on UFC Tonight on Wednesday, I said, George, what are you basing this I'm better off of? We haven't seen you. And he answered the question as you would expect him to on air. But afterwards, he looked me directly in the eyes and he says, Daniel, I am not pulling your leg. I am better today than I was when I last fought. He goes, believe me, and I will show you on Saturday. He truly believes in his heart of heart that he's better. He looks a lot bigger. He's filled out. He's thick. He looks like a middleweight. He doesn't look like Johnny Hendricks at 185 earlier, right?
No.
He put the weight on the right way. He looks bigger. We got to see how he compares to Michael Bisping.
But here's the question. That weight is a lot of muscle. Michael Bisping is a cardio machine.
Yes.
Michael Bisping pushes one of the fastest paces in any division. He has a phenomenal work rate. Will George be able to hang in competition with this weight?
Well, without a collegiate wrestling background, George St-Pierre became the best takedown artist in the history of mixed martial arts. 87 takedowns, #1 all time. We'll see how soon he shoots at the legs of Michael Bisping tonight.
Underrated champion in all of mixed martial arts. Right there. That man is as gritty and as tough and as game as any human that's ever walked the face of the planet Earth. That guy lives to fight. He's a beast.
Greeting his family there, including his son Callum. Here is Michael Bisping, the UFC middleweight champion. Second title defense here tonight. On paper, this is the winningest fighter in UFC history. 28th UFC appearance. The only fighter with 20 wins inside the octagon. And you run out of time to set up everything he's accomplished. But that Anderson Silva rally, as inspiring a performance by a professional athlete as I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, and how about his knockout victory against Luke Rockhold on short notice? Comes in and cracks him with a left hand. Separates him from his consciousness. Who saw that coming other than the camp of Michael Bisping and that man Jason Perillo? Look, he's an animal, you know, and Michael Bisping lives with this. His mindset is one of his most important assets. It's the thing that makes him special. The fact that he's so damn tough. He's smart. He knows what he's good at. He knows his belief in himself is one of his most powerful weapons.
He's one of those guys that we are really going to miss when he's gone.
Yes.
You miss the wit. You miss the Bisping charm. You miss the fighter's mentality. He's a throwback.
Yes.
They say, Michael Bisping, we need a fight. Michael Bisping says, where do I sign up?
Yeah.
This weird
Want to fight for the world title?
Yes.
How many days do I have? 10.
You're going to fight a guy that beat you last time. You want to fight him again? Yes, I'm going to knock him out. He's developed power. For a long time,
Yes.
he said he couldn't punch. Now he's knocking guys out. He's dropping Anderson Silva. Knocked down Dan Henderson. If you believe that Michael Bisping has any doubt that he's going to dominate George St-Pierre, you're out of your mind.
I think Michael Bisping thinks that this is his coming out party. That this is the opportunity for him to show the world how good he is. A perfect opportunity. A guy who takes him lightly, who comes up from the 170-pound division and really doesn't belong in the ring with him. That's what he thinks.
And he knew to beat GSP, he would have to really apply himself, take his training to the next level, knocking out sparring partners left and right for the first time really in training. Michael Bisping trying to stamp himself an all-time great here tonight. The Tale of the Tape is brought to you by Wish, the secret to to affordable shopping. Bisping now 38. The returning George St-Pierre is 36. Bisping, the taller man. Both fighters weighing in 184 1/2 pounds. George St-Pierre on the right end of the reach equation, albeit slightly 1 inch longer than the Count Michael Bisping. Now to get you the introductions for this UFC middleweight championship fight, here is Bruce Bowen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission. Our 3 judges scoring this contest at Octagon side are Eric Cohen, Chris Lee, and Derek. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Big John McCarthy. This bout is sponsored by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast 4G LTE nationwide network. And head out to your neighborhood 7-Eleven and pick up your UFC branded Big Gulp for a chance to instantly win prizes. And now, for the thousands in attendance and UFC fans watching around the world, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live from Madison Square Garden Arena in New York, New York. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 25 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 and 1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 184 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, presenting the former 2-time UFC welterweight champion, the challenger, George St-Pierre! And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, a Valley Judo fighter holding a professional record, 31 wins, 7 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 184 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Manchester, England, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael the Count Bisping!
Gentlemen, we've gone over the rules. Go back. I want you to protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. I want you to fight hard and fight clean. If you want to touch gloves, touch them again. Good luck to both of you.
Michael Bisping punches you and touches gloves in the air.
First significant strike for Bisping. Head out to your neighborhood 7-Eleven and get a UFC branded Big Gulp for a chance to instantly win prizes. Very few people sitting in this building. You can feel the buzz, the tension in this Madison Square Garden UFC middleweight championship fight underway. Bisping wearing the black and gold. George St-Pierre in gray. We'll call it white. We'll see how early George St-Pierre chooses to shoot. Most opponents have known what's coming from GSP and they can't stop it.
And it's the striking as well you have to look out for, of course. He's got a beautiful left jab, outstanding takedown defense, very good submission ability. And that's something to consider. He's been spending a lot of time with the Danaher Death Squad. So look for leg locks and all kinds of crazy attacks from George that maybe we didn't see in his prior title reign.
I want to say something, but I feel like my heart's in my throat. It's beating so fast because this night's been so crazy, right? It's like I can't get words out. And I love the dog.
Right.
My goodness, watching these two in the octagon right now is just like George St-Pierre is back. And he's fighting my man, Mike.
Oh! And he caught him with the right hand over the top. And he looks smooth. George looks good. He looks relaxed. Big. He looks very big and relaxed.
Bisping has won 5 in a row, seemingly getting better with age in terms of his training.
Mike's got some redness over his eye already, man. That's that jab of George St-Pierre, John.
These guys both have cut and swelled easily in the past in the UFC. 90-plus seconds gone by here, round one.
George looking for that right hand in a big way.
Fighting more aggressive than he normally does. And Bisping, I think it's the takedown threat that's making him actually back up a little bit. You know, Mike's normally a forward charging fighter. Mike's a guy that likes to push the pace and go forward. Right now he's having to set back a little bit more than he normally would because of the takedown ability of George St-Pierre.
And one of the things that Mike said is that the reason why he feels, oh, beautiful jab by George. The reason why he feels that George wanted to fight him is because they trained together in 2006 and George got the better of him. He took him down at will, and Mike said he was a terrible wrestler back then, but he's much better now. The question is George much better now as he just lands a front leg round kick? So far, George is very composed. His footwork looks excellent.
Now Mike's starting to come forward a little bit. This is going to be his best path to victory. He's going to have to give up a couple takedowns to be able to fight in the way that he's used to fighting.
GSP chance raining down here at MSG. Just over 2 minutes here to go round one.
If you ever question the star power of George St-Pierre after 4 years away, don't anymore.
Oh, he clipped him with the right hand.
He's just as popular as he's ever been, and he's fighting phenomenal right now.
Oh, beautiful jab. And Bisping fires back with the right hand.
So St-Pierre content to exchange on the feet, and he's been successful thus far. Right hand lands over the top for St-Pierre.
His timing looks very good.
Yep.
I mean, especially considering how long he's been out of the octagon.
Seems fast. The jab's fast, the movement's fast, and because of the size, the new weight that he's put on, he has the ability to actually pressure the bigger guy, Michael Bisping.
We were told St-Pierre really started to put it together over the last final weeks.
The question is, how does he carry all this extra muscle into the championship rounds if it goes that long?
Bisping has gone the 25-minute championship distance 4 times.
Look at that finish there by George St-Pierre. High crotch shot. He picked the back ankle by reaching all the way across. What a fantastic finish to a high crotch by George St-Pierre. High crotch with the right side, takes his left arm, runs it through the middle to knee pick Michael Bisping. Then right back up by Michael Bisping. And that's what he's known for. Bisping is very difficult to hold down.
And Bisping able to use defense to his advantage to get right back up.
This confirmed what Michael Bisping was hesitant about.
Superman punch. That got Bisping's attention. Now a spinning attack. Final seconds of round one.
And you can have all the success in the world against Michael Bisping early. He does build as the fights go on. But great first round for George St-Pierre.
I'll tell you what, he might not have been lying. He might be better. He might be better.
Thought. It's such a scary thought.
Take a little water.
Superman jab. How often do you see that? And just barely miss with that wheel kick. Look at that. Boom. Catches him on the chin, off balance.
Michael Bisping's tough to take that spinning back kick like that.
Stay behind those shoulders and stay on the right side, all right? If we can pick him up the middle, pick him up, all right? Quick hands in there, all right? Don't try to load up so much. I want you to keep moving the right. We go to left, go wide. You did wonderful against the fence on that takedown.
Il est là, tu comprends? Il est puissant, mais il est là, tu comprends?
He's powerful, but he's slow. You understand?
Keep his feet moving, champ. Keep his feet moving. Let's go. Keep his feet moving.
The unauthorized reproduction or distribution of this copyrighted work is illegal and punishable under law. Here we go, round two, Michael Bisping, George St-Pierre. We also point out Freddie Roach cornering a UFC fighter for the first time here tonight. He was omnipresent in Montreal, and that is a huge source of confidence for the returning George St-Pierre.
George with a side kick. Mixing it up, mixing up his kicks.
I feel like Bisping's gonna have to take this into the octagon some. He has to get back to fighting in the style with the pressure that Michael Bisping is so well known for.
Yeah, he's more certainly got to do something different.
He's got to be more active with his hands, more pace and pressure, and really make George St-Pierre carry this extra weight that he's brought into the octagon tonight.
I think it's what you said. I think it's the threat of the takedown. It's making him hesitate.
12 UFC title fight wins for George St-Pierre. Last finish, though, against BJ Penn, UFC 94, all the way back in 09.
George is so good with that jab. So good at catching him in those little brief openings when Michael's trying to close the distance.
Bisping a little bit confounded by St-Pierre on the feet here early.
There's that side kick, and he's doing it from the back leg, which is very unusual. Stepping in and throwing a side kick to the body. Oh, he clipped him on the chin.
Bisping caught that kick and landed the left hook.
George is really threatening with that. Look at that beautiful combination with the right leg kick, but he's really threatening with that front leg round kick to the face. Michael's got to be careful about that because it comes without a switch. He's doing it Kyokushin karate style, where he just lifts up the leg and throws it.
Now he's throwing that jab to the body, hoping to get Mike's hands down some. Oh, right hand by Bisping.
Might have been his most significant strike of the fight.
And he caught George as he was trying that inside leg kick.
Now here comes Bisping. This is the pressure he needs to have.
Bisping just out of range with that uppercut. Carrillo didn't want him loading up. That's what he's doing largely, though, here in round 2.
Now, as we're moving into the second round, the question becomes, are we seeing George St-Pierre slow down?
He's breathing pretty heavy.
Because Michael Bisping can go for days. You fight this guy, you better pack a lunch.
GSP's got a pretty good lather going.
2 minutes left in the round. There's the jab, double it up.
George St-Pierre's finishes are something to behold, man. And now he's got Mike down in the center of the octagon, away from the fence that Bisping uses so much to get back to his feet.
Half guard.
Unbelievable timing, and then a great finish on a takedown by George St-Pierre. In a very close round. Big takedown.
Bisping brought in a lot of collegiate wrestlers to help him during this training camp. He said a bunch of animals, but that's big.
It is big. And George just took a big deep breath as well. Oh, right hand over the top by Bisping.
Here comes Bisping. He's picking it up now a little bit. Look at him. He's gaining some confidence, some swagger. Going forward now into George St-Pierre.
And this could very well be where the activity and the cardio of Bisping pays off. Left hand over the top.
Big deep breath from George St-Pierre as Bisping continues to find his range. Less than a minute now to go in round 2. The significant strike picture, slight advantage for St-Pierre. But you're right, Joe, visibly slowing down.
Visibly, and we're only in round 2. This could be terrible for him if he can't rebound. If he doesn't get a second win.
Because as you said, Bisping does not tire.
He does
Bisping will fight at this pace for 25 minutes, if not harder, as the fight goes longer.
And he's sensing that George is slowing.
Yep.
And look at that. Right hand and a left high kick right behind it. Good kick to the body, but a good right hand return by Bisping. Bisping most certainly got momentum on his side now.
Things have shifted
here. We got a problem here. His cup fell out. It's broken. Michael Bisping's cup is broken.
They have to pull the string up and tape it in the back.
Water's coming, okay? Water's coming. George, look at me. When you need to make space, go southpaw. When you need to make space, because you're circling towards the right. His best shot, the only shot he has is the right hand. Water's coming, okay? Freddie, water. The only shot he's got is that right hand. Freddie.
Right, don't,
Good with that, Mike?
don't forget the head kick.
It's all right. Let's try it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try it now. We can't.
We'll see how it goes. Don't forget that head kick. You see it there, right? That left head kick's there too. Hey, keep putting together. Do what you're doing that last round. Keep doing what you're just doing that last round, bud. All right? Snapping those shots. Snapping. No push and stay focused.
So GSP needs a mouthpiece. Bisping could use a new cup just when you think you've seen it all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly sure how he's got that cup set in there. Is it just sitting in his underwear?
It's just sitting in his underwear.
That's not good. That is terrible. This could be a huge factor, folks. Especially if he gets kicked there.
Third round of a possible 5 here. Michael Bisping, the champ in black and gold. George St-Pierre in white.
Back on that high crotch.
Again, he gets the safe tip.
Bisping doing a great job of actually getting his feet on the hips right away. Nope, he can't settle here.
Good elbows on the bottom from Bisping.
But he still can't settle on the bottom. It allows St-Pierre to not only control him, but to rest a little bit.
Right.
He's fighting in the positions that he's very comfortable.
Well, he had to be expectant that the early shot from St-Pierre would be coming in round 3, unable to stop it.
Bisping is trying to set up an arm. He's trying to hold on to the right arm of George St-Pierre.
He's cut. St-Pierre's cut. Bad.
Those elbows from the bottom can be nasty.
Bisping
And
going
he's
right back
slicing,
to it, yeah.
he's slicing across the face with those.
Bisping choosing to stay offensive off of his back as opposed to trying to get up, at least for now.
Bisping has a really underrated defensive guard, and you're seeing that here. When George elevates, he puts his feet on the hips. When George is down, he locks him up in closed guard and hits him with elbows. George is not getting anything off. This has been worse for him on top than it has been for Bisping on the bottom.
Bisping is doing a good job of getting damage off.
Yeah,
but there he just took a pretty good elbow from St-Pierre. But you can't be getting control, right? You cannot be on your back with the guy even landing strikes at all.
Right, but he does this trick where he throws a shot and then tries to step over the leg. He's gotten it off in the past on other fighters, but he's not getting it off on Bisping.
Bisping just slid him open really bad there.
Yeah.
Posted off his forehead and then elbowed him. He just cut him real bad.
Yep, there's one on the nose and now a bigger one on the forehead.
Yeah, this has been way worse for George St-Pierre on top than it has been for Bisping on the bottom.
Now Bisping back to his feet. And he's cut open.
Yep.
And Bisping fresh as a daisy. Bouncing around as we approach the midpoint of round 3.
Cuts her to her elbow.
For Bisping.
George's having a real hard time seeing. He keeps wiping his eyes. The blood is flowing into his eyes.
Overhand right by St-Pierre lands there.
Nice right hand for GSP. But more often than not, at least over the last 10 minutes, he's been one and done.
You got 2 minutes into the round, and the elbows of Bisping have split St-Pierre open. Great combination by St-Pierre there.
And I'm wondering if Bisping can kick. There he goes. But with that cup like barely hanging in his underwear, I mean, he's moving all over the place.
St-Pierre's really trying to time that right hand coming over the top of the Bisping jab. But he's loading up so bad that he's missing awkwardly.
20 seconds now to go in the round. GSP drops Bisping. Oh, big elbows from St-Pierre.
You heard him bad. But Bisping's still defending himself. Bisping's defending.
St-Pierre going all out for the finish here.
George is going to empty the tank. He understands. He understands that he could be gassed a little. He's on the back.
Give up the back.
It's over. It's over, Joe. It's over, Joe. It's over, Joe. It's over.
George St-Pierre has done it. He is the new UFC middleweight champion. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Choked him unconscious. Bisping is still out.
What a fight, what a night, and George St-Pierre is a two-division UFC champion, not without some adversity here tonight. GSP is back and in a lot of ways seemingly better than ever.
Michael's just starting to come to now. Unbelievable.
Bisping not the tapping type. George Rush St-Pierre, folks. Absolutely remarkable. 4
Phenomenal.
years out of the game, and he comes back, moves up a division, and wins a belt in a second division. This fight replay brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you.
He really might be better.
The thought is scary.
That's crazy. Let's see it. Let's take a look at it again here. This is where he got cut. He got sliced with an elbow from the bottom. All sorts of adversity because of all that blood flowing into his eyes. And here's the punch. Bam! Perfectly placed left hook. Bisping's in all sorts of trouble, and George swarms on him. Let's see the finish. Let's see the rear naked choke.
Well, Mike was so hurt that he was defending. Then George gave him a little bit of space, which gave Michael the illusion that he can get to his knees and get up. St-Pierre jumps on the back right away in the Texas rear choke. One punch, right arm slides underneath.
Through. I mean, that is perfect.
Michael Bisping won't tap, but GSP puts him to sleep. There's no defense here. His left hand is behind his head.
Yeah.
There's no defense. You're supposed to attack the top hand. The top hand's hidden. That's the rear choke that you learn in jiu-jitsu when you just let your partner get it on you. There's no escape from that. And George St-Pierre, wow, what a performance. I don't know what to say.
George St-Pierre chokes Michael Bisping unconscious, his first finish since UFC 94, nearly a decade ago. And of course, one of the more interested observers, the UFC's interim middleweight champion, Robert Whittaker. And perhaps he's thinking, just maybe, might I get GSP in Perth? Just maybe. Well, George St-Pierre, the UFC middleweight champion of the world. The official decision is brought to you by Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LTE network. Nice embrace between the athletes there. Bruce Buffer now with that official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Big John McCarthy has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 23 seconds of round number 3, declaring the winner by submission due to a rear naked choke, and new undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, George Rush St-Pierre.
You're the best guy out for me, man.
I'm going to talk to both of you gentlemen, but first, George, first of all, congratulations. This is a crazy event. Leading up to this, it was so insane for you to be out for so many years and then challenge the middleweight champion, moving up a weight class. What was this all like for you?
Man, I don't have a word in my mouth right now. It's my dream come true, guys. Thank you for the support. Everybody here that came to support me and Michael. It's a great sport. Thank you. We'll make a living because of you guys. Thank you so much. My dream come true.
George, there was so many years out, but you came in and you looked very smooth and very relaxed. Was there anything that felt surprising to you?
Well, he hurt me very hard. You know, a few times I got stunned. I tried to hide it, but oh, man, I wouldn't like to do that fight again. Oh, fuck. So, sorry to, I don't want to swear on TV. I'm sorry for that.
George, it feels surreal to see you back in here again, and surreal to see you once again as a UFC champion, but now the middleweight champion, a two-division champion. Are you going to maintain 185 pounds? Are you going to stay at 185, or are you going to continue fighting at welterweight?
Well, this is not really my real weight. You know, I did it for the challenge, and it was a time in my career I was too busy. The challenger were one after the other, and I was too small to go up. I was even small for a welterweight. Now I'm still welterweight size, but I decided to take a shot because I put on some muscle mass. There is a point that it's too much, but now now I'm at the point that is okay, you know.
Let's take a look at the big screen, George, and I want you to enjoy your handiwork.
Please, because I don't even remember it.
You caught him with a left hand. Let's take a look at it here. A perfect left hook here. And this is where you hurt him. That's when he dropped. What was going through your mind? Do you remember?
Yeah, I knew. I mean, I don't want to give away for Michael, but I studied a lot of Michael's tape. I knew he had problem with the shot coming to his right. So our plan was to fake him on his left side to attract his attention and strike him on the right. That's what we did most of the fight.
And then you swarmed him on the ground, and you were trying to stop him with strikes, but then you gave him some space and you tried to get back up. You sunk the rear naked choke.
Yeah, it was a trick, you know. I kind of sometimes put trap. I have more experience. MMA sometimes if you before a few years ago I was always trying to force things, and I think the best way in fighting is to set up some trap. So when your opponent step in, it's easier to get him. Sorry for the analogy, but that's how it is, you know.
Well, George, you said that you had improved when you came back. Yeah. You showed it tonight.
Thank you. It's not about, martial art is not about who got the biggest balls, so to speak. Sorry for my language. It's about technique, setting trap, and intelligence. And I was fighting a bigger man, and I was trying to prove it tonight to all my fans.
You were the greatest welterweight of all time. It's beautiful to see you back again. Congratulations on winning the UFC middleweight title.
Michael is, man, he's the toughest guy I've fought. This man is amazing. I'm a fighter, but I've been a fan of this man. He's a true example of hard work and perseverance in the sport. So Michael, man, all my respect to you, man.
George St-Pierre, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Michael Bisping. Michael, your thoughts on the fight?
Well, you got to give it up for George, guys. You know, congratulations. He was the better man tonight. New York, you know, I came out here, I fight my ass off. I say a few things, just trying to be entertaining, trying to make you, oh, fuck it, I'm trying to get through my day, doing my thing. But listen, George was the better man. Hell of a fucking squeeze he's got there, man. So, you know, give it up for George. Not a lot else to say. For everyone that supported me throughout my career, thank you so much. My wife and children, they're sat over there. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here right now. These guys behind me, Perillo, Brady, Raphael, Scott Prohaska, Dean Amasinga, everyone, the UFC, thank you all. You know, I'm not done. I know I spoke about retirement, but George was a better man tonight. You know, simple as that. No excuses. He beat me, he fucking choked me out. Congratulations, George.
You're one of the toughest guys in the game. There's no doubt whatsoever you will be back. Thank you very much, sir, for an excellent fight. Michael Bisping, ladies and gentlemen.
Both fighters just dripping with class at the end of an epic championship encounter tonight. Those post-fight interviews brought to you by Wish, the secret to affordable shopping. Daniel Cormier, your thoughts on what just transpired here?
Yeah, man, unbelievable performance by George St-Pierre to go up in weight class and become a two-division champion. And if anybody's going to join that elite company, you would imagine it would be George St-Pierre. Unbelievable performance. Great heart shown by Michael Bisping. But what a performance by GSP. He is now a two-division champ. Greatest fighter of all time, maybe. What he's done has been unbelievable. Congratulations, Team St-Pierre.
All right, well, I mean, are you kidding me? What a night for the MMA leader in NYC.
Crazy. I mean, I'm stunned by all three title fights. All three title fights are stunning. Namajunas winning by knockout. TJ winning by knockout. Georges St-Pierre putting Michael Bisping to sleep.
3 new UFC champions all get stoppage wins here tonight. Crazy, crazy night here at Madison Square Garden. UFC 217, Bisping versus GSP, has been brought to you by Wish, the secret to affordable shopping. Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LTE network. And by The Walking Dead, new episodes every Sunday at 9/8 Central, only on AMC.
Let's do the damn thing! Max Holloway is a destroyer. He can finish you with submissions, he can finish you with strikes. One of the best in the world.
The future Hall of Famer, former lightweight champion Frankie Edgar.
The greatest striker in the history of the UFC. Alistair Overeem, vicious knockout power.
Francis Ngannou. Back live Octagon side here at Madison Square Garden. John Anik, Joe Rogan, Daniel Cormier. Just a wild night, DC. Everything okay, my man?
My mind is exactly where his face is.
Dude, I mean, I don't know, and I couldn't have experienced it with two better guys.
Yeah,
I love my guys, but my goodness, did they take us on the ride?
I'm telling you,
tonight.
if anyone can put into context what Georges St-Pierre accomplished tonight, it's you guys, right? But it is hard to quantify what he was able to do after 4 years on the show.
Well, I mean, he must have had an inkling that Michael Bisping could have only gotten so much